hopefully it works. Hopefully, if I've done everything right, we are both live on Twitch and on YouTube. I wasn't sure whether I should be doing a YouTube live stream only, because it's kind of a YouTube milestone and not a Twitch one. But with my current setup, it was easier, believe it or not, it was easier to do a multi-stream, because I have a main output. The main output is Twitch, and YouTube is basically copying the output, and it's just basically a replica of the Twitch output. And that is because I'm using a widget called Atom multi-stream in order to multi-stream. So I couldn't really start a YouTube only stream right now. I mean, I could, but it would have come with like a bunch of additional headaches. I would have to set up new scenes again, because if you log in with your YouTube account in OBS, then you have a basically special set of scenes for YouTube, and then you have a special set of scenes for Twitch. And I don't have set up, I did not set up everything for YouTube. So yeah, that is why we are multi-streaming right now. But we're about to hit, let me show you. Or maybe we will not, maybe we'll lose a bunch of subscribers today, you'll just never know. But I think it's safe to say that with a little bit of help, we're gonna hit the 1,000 subscribers today. I'm gonna switch the scene real quick so we don't miss out on anything. We're gonna stay on this scene pretty much until we do hit the 1,000 subscribers. We're sitting at 998. I need to move my YouTuber a little bit. Let me just push myself around here. Okay, here, like this, maybe, that. Okay. This is where we will be sitting the entire day until it goes from 998 to 999 and then ultimately 1000. I rarely got the chance to live stream any of the milestones. Same with on Twitch, because on Twitch I started out doing Twitch doing giveaways. Like when I started my Twitch career, if you want to call it a career, the failed musician career. No, but I started out doing giveaways a lot. So every week or every month I had like a $20 Steam card, like something small, right? Because I thought, hey, everyone's not doing that well during COVID, and I'm just gonna cut back a little bit on my coffee that I have every day and instead just give back a little bit. Ultimately, the goal was that the giveaways would pay for themselves, right? That the more people come in, the more I have leverage for sponsorships, and then I can say, hey, I have like 1,000 people watching me, so I want to give away a car. It's a very big exaggeration here, but that was the initial plan when I started my Twitch. I was like, hey, I'm gonna give away stuff to people, give back basically, for them to watch me, and it's a win-win. I win because people are watching me, and my concurrent viewership will rise, and they are kind of winning because they actually get something out of the stream. And it did not really matter at first whether you watch me for the giveaway or if you watch me because you enjoy my content. And a lot of the, I would say, long-standing community members that I have came from those giveaways. So at the end of the day, I did win a little bit, right? But I also realized that at some point, people were only, like, they were expecting giveaways. And that was, I think, something that I did not calculate when I started streaming. That at some point, people, it's almost like loot content, right? If you're a loot VTuber and you do non-loot stuff, some people will come in and be like, why are you not doing loot stuff? And it's the same kind of with giveaways. If you start out doing giveaways, there will be some people that come into your stream and are like, why is there no giveaway? And it's like a double-edged sword. I learned that, unfortunately, only after like a year of doing that, and I inflated my channel with a lot of bots because of that, because people were using second, third, and fourth accounts in order to increase their chances of winning. And that is, oh my god, we hit 999. It's only one subscriber missing, holy shit. So yeah, that is why I never got to do this kind of stuff over on Twitch, because of those giveaways. People were just flocking in, using 4, 5, 6 accounts in order to increase their chances of winning something. And well, we missed out on a lot of good times, I would say, because of it. We could only like celebrate Milestone afterwards, like in retrospective, basically, and that was not so nice. Now we get to do this live. We did it with like the 500 subscribers, and now we did it. Now we're doing it with the 1,000 subscribers, and then hopefully, I'm gonna knock on wood, we'll be able to do it for 2K, and then 3K, and 4K, and 5K. Hopefully this will just go up. Here you go, 1K. Did you do it, Croakley? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you being here. You did it! You fucking did it! You legend! Woo! There's no going back from this. We did it. We did it, Jinyo Force. I mean, you did it. I did not really do much, right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thought this was gonna take a little bit longer. Now I don't know what to do with the remaining time. Oh man, we did it! It happened. We hit 1,000 subscribers. The number looks a little bit weird. It almost looks like we're back at 1, right? One more? Thank you so much, Julie. 1001. Holy cow. I don't know what to say. I just enjoy the ride. As you can see over here, there's a little bit of stagnation. Always has been, always will be. But if you don't give up and if you keep pushing, it will eventually, it will just go up. It's like a marathon, right? You walk and you walk and walk, and eventually you will hit the finish line. It might take you 10 days longer than the people in front of you, right? There's also a chance that your legs will just give up and you will never reach the finishing line. But as long as you don't stop walking, you will move forward. And that is the entire mentality that I have with this channel. I had other channels before, as I told you. I got kicked out of the YouTube program before because my cat got sick and ultimately died. Rest in peace, Zimby. I did not upload anything, and YouTube was like, yo, because you didn't upload for 3 months, you are not part of the YouTube partner program anymore. And I was like, yo, since I have to grind the numbers again, I'm just gonna do it on a new channel. Like, screw you. So I basically abandoned everything. I burned the ships, right? And I started doing like more reaction content. I do games as well still. I'm still a gamer, I swear. I do play games, but usually it's like 2 a.m. in the morning, right? When I'm done editing. Another subscriber, holy cow, thank you so much. Are we live on YouTube? I hope we're live on YouTube. Like, I would bite my ass if we are not live on YouTube. Also, why is the chat not showing? It's scuffed, sorry. I literally just went live. Like, when I saw the number 998, I was like, holy shit, we need to do it. 1-3, stop doing this. Stop. We've reached our goal. It's enough. But I appreciate it. Thank you everyone who's subscribing currently. I cannot deny that, like, the last 100 subscribers, like, look at this, for example. On September 20th, we were still at 909, and we gained 100 subscribers. These 100 subscribers are mostly, not exclusively, but mostly from the Newer Summer community. It's Swarm members. So, yeah, we got like 100 Swarm members. 10% of our community is now the Newer Summer community, which is awesome. They literally infiltrated us, but they infiltrated with love. Usually infiltrating is something bad, right? It is something like negative if we infiltrate something, but in this case it was an infiltration of love, you could say. So yeah, I don't know what to say. Just thank you, and hopefully we'll keep on going. Hello, Double Choker Chip. Hello, hello, good to see you. Hello, 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 Phantom. Hello, good to see you. Hope everyone is doing great. Okay, that confirms that we're live on YouTube. It's a little bit scuffed. Today's stream is a little bit scuffed. Oh man, I'm so happy. But it also means that the work is still ahead of us. Lots of work is still ahead of us. I'm very proud that we've reached this milestone, because if you're starting a new channel from scratch, it's just never guaranteed, right? You could just sit on 5 subscribers or 6 subscribers for years. I would say I'm very bad at promoting myself, which is kind of ironic because I work in marketing. Like, PR is something that should be very natural to me, but I don't know how to do PR for myself. Like, I don't like it either. I don't like call to actions, for example. Like, I hate, like, I know it's part of the thing, right? You need to do it, but I hate being like, yo, if we reach 200 likes on this video, I'm gonna eat your ass, or stuff like that. And I'm not very good at it. I'm good at it for doing it for others, right? I can promote the shit out of Xbox Game Pass. It's $30 now. Don't buy it. But I used to. I was a huge advocate for the Xbox Game Pass when it still had great value, but now that they just increased the price, it would be stupid for you to subscribe. Like what the fuck? 2 months of Xbox Game Pass and you can buy a full price title almost. Like before it kind of made sense, right? Like even with the $20 price tag, even though I thought $20 was like, it was basically the limit for me at least. I started using the Game Pass when it was $9.99 for me, basically in Germany. The Game Pass Ultimate. Then it was like 13-ish, and then they went up to $16.99 or something, and now it's $30. $30, it does not make any sense anymore. Before, I would say, if you play a AAA title for one weekend, if it's a single player game that you do not intend to replay, subscribing for like $13 or even $20, playing through the entire game, and then just basically leave it at that is an incredible value. On top of that, you also get to play other games, right? You also get to play indie games, tons of indie games. I would say the Xbox Game Pass also made sense for people who play these annual games like FIFA, right? If you pay $70 for FIFA, instead I would suggest you to just subscribe to the Game Pass when it was still around $10, right? Because that means you pay $120, right? But you also get to play a million other games. And since you're gonna replace the FIFA 25 game with 26 a year later, there's like it makes no sense owning the game, right? With those annual releases like Call of Duty and FIFA, it literally makes no sense owning them, because you're gonna replace it with the new game the following year anyways. Xbox sucks now. I agree, although I thought they were on a very good path with the Xbox Game Pass. At first I was vehemently against it, because I'm a person who likes to own games, right? I like having cartridges of stuff or steel boxes and whatnot. But when they introduced the Game Pass, I was like, damn, this really works well, especially the cloud gaming part. And now I kind of don't want to go back to installing games for an hour on my console. Like on Xbox Game Pass, if you have the Ultimate Edition, you look at a game, you start it, and it's awesome. It just works. You click on play and it plays. Sometimes it has some issues, connection issues, right? Sometimes the input delay is still noticeable depending on the game, right? But if you're just playing a normal single player game, or something like Expedition 33, for example, was in the Xbox Game Pass, it's a turn-based game, right? It's just, you can take your time and you will not notice the input delay, and it just works. You don't have to download anything. You click on play, it works. If you're done playing, you leave, and then you can start another game by just clicking on play. 300 games at the tip of your fingers, and all you have to do is just click play and it starts. No more installing, no more downloading. It just works. Hi Chips Carmen, hello. Good to see you, welcome. Now, I would love to do a speech because we reached 1,000 subscribers, but I think I've already said my piece. I love doing this. I'm very passionate about this. I love when people enjoy the things that I do. Everyone does, right? It's like if you play soccer and you score a goal and nobody's there to watch, it's still nice. But if you have a crowd to cheer you on, it's better. So it's kind of like that. And I don't know how much more I have to say, how much I appreciate people spending their time on my channel, spending their time with me. I think time is the most valuable currency you have in life, and if you give your super valuable currency to me, I'm super grateful for that, and I'm very proud that we can do this together and witness this together. And I always say this because I always, like in the last 5 years, I always had that mentality that I might not be doing this a year from now, or 2 years from now, 3 years from now, right? But it doesn't really matter, because the memories that we made on here, they're part of your life, and even if the channel vanishes next year or the year after that, doesn't matter. We had a good time. I hope you enjoyed your time here, and I enjoyed my time here, and that is all I want as a YouTuber or a content creator in general, right? I want to entertain people, make them happy. If I did that for some of you, even for just a brief moment, mission accomplished. FIFA is a big no-no. My friend destroyed controller, monitor and desk lately. I destroyed my hand almost playing FIFA. I used to be a huge FIFA crackhead. FIFA crackhead? A FIFA head. I'll be back later. Okay, Julie, thank you so much. I probably like stop this stream like in an hour or so, and then start another stream later this evening. This one was super spontaneous because I saw that we were about to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I would have loved to have that milestone like in a live stream, like see this live happening with everyone. And that's why I just started the stream. But we're gonna have another one later this evening. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for stopping by, Julie. I played FIFA competitively until FIFA 2018, 17. Like a year or so after they introduced the virtual Bundesliga. I don't know which FIFA that was. Might have been FIFA 16 or so. And I was with Leverkusen and BVB. I was in the top 10 in my region. Granted, that was the first month of the virtual Bundesliga, so not a lot of people played, and I wouldn't consider myself a pro, right? I was pretty decent, but it was just, I guess it was because it was the first month of the virtual Bundesliga, and not a lot of players were playing competitively online at that point, right? So for a brief moment, I got into the top 10 with Borussia Dortmund and Leverkusen, because not a lot of people played with those teams. Yeah, but FIFA made me so angry that at some point I smashed my hand onto the wall because I didn't know where to go with my anger anymore. So I just punched the wall and I got a bruise. I did not break my hand, but like I bruised it up pretty much. So, and that is literally, I swear to God, that was the moment where I was like, I think I need to stop playing this game because it only makes me angry. It's the opposite of what a game is supposed to do, right? A game should relax you, it should entertain you, it should make you happy. It should not destroy your life. It should not make you depressed and angry. And I got so angry because of the dumb AI mistakes and the exploits. They're still to this day with FIFA 25, and I'm pretty sure they're still present in FIFA 26. There's still so many exploits, and once you hit the competitive scene, people will just, because you have no choice, right? Everyone is using the exploits, so either you use the exploits as well, or you fall behind. And I hate that type of playstyle. I hate it with every competitive game, by the way. The moment a meta develops, and that meta revolves around exploits, or like just very cheap tactics, and everyone starts to play the same, that is when I lose the interest. I just not interested into like pouring my life into a competitive game and doing exploits and whatnot. I'm also not, I have nothing against people doing it, by the way. Like, if you want to do everything in your might to win a game, then do it, right? It's a competitive game after all. I'm just saying that I lose the fun when that starts to happen. And that is why I also think that a game, a competitive game, like an online game, is at its best on its release. The first week of release, or the first two, when everyone is still trying to figure out how it works, what the best build is, right? Those are the best weeks of a new release. Because there's no meta yet. There are not a million YouTube videos teaching you the best ways to play, the best builds to use. It's just everyone trying to figure it out, and that is, I would say, peak casual fun. Everything that goes beyond that, the longer the game exists, the more niche it will get, so to speak, at least at the top, right? At the top levels. Congratulations, thank you. And also, Cheaps Carmen, can I send the title of a video? It's just a question. Sorry for ignoring that question for such a long time. Yes, you can always suggest videos. The question whether we're gonna watch it, it's another one. I have a ton of like React videos still in my rotation, right? For YouTube, for example, if you take a look at our YouTube channel, the only thing that I've been uploading in the last few months is reactions. So I only do React content, and I always advise people to suggest videos. I cannot promise to watch all of them because at this point the list is quite long, but I'll definitely consider it, and I encourage it. Like, you should always suggest videos for me to watch. And thank you so much for the congratulations, Paler Shade. We did it together. This is not a celebratory stream. We're still gonna like properly celebrate it. I still want to celebrate our 5 years on Twitch as well. Like, I did not forget about that, right? This was just very spontaneous. I saw the subscriber numbers being at 998, and I was like, this could be a perfect moment to capture going to 1,000, because we're gonna stay here for a long time. I think I read a while ago that only 10% of YouTube channels even reach the 10K mark. So we already, like, 1K is already a gigantic leap, a gigantic milestone. It might not, like, seem a lot in the grand scheme of things, right? If you look at someone like Mr. Beast, who has like 100 million subscribers, right? But there's so many channels that get stuck at a certain number or get stuck at a certain point and stagnate. I was stagnating on Twitch for such a long time. Stagnation, I would say, is even worse than losing numbers, right? I would much rather lose numbers on certain type of content because it signals that the content is not working or that people don't like it, right? With stagnation, you always have to guess, like, okay, do they like it? Do they not like it? What should I pivot to? Stagnation is the worst hell to be in as a content creator. Rising numbers is always nice. Decreasing numbers will always tell a story, right? If I upload a video about, I don't know, Dark Souls tomorrow, and I instantly lose 10 subscribers, I know that they did not like Dark Souls content, right? It sends a very strong signal. However, if I upload a Dark Souls video tomorrow and nothing really changes, I really don't know, like, do they like it? Do they not like it? Should I continue uploading Dark Souls, or was it like a one-off thing, right? That is also something I enjoy about being on like Twitch and YouTube. The analytical game, while you might get lost in it, it can be fun. Just looking at it, seeing engagement, like people liking and commenting. Just recently, when the Newer Summer community joined our community, basically, or infiltrated it, however you want to call it, they started heavily commenting. And I've been having fantastic conversation in the comments. Like, I like commenting to people's comments or replying to people's comments. I just like being a content creator, and that is why I can never really step away from it. It's like a drug, a good drug, a positive drug. If I step away, and I've been stepping away from YouTube or Twitch a couple of times before, there's always that drive inside of me to do something expressive. And right now, the best type of expressing myself is through content creation. It might change 10 years from now, right? When I'm older, I'm already old. It might be different. Maybe I'll just pick up the brush and start painting. But there will always be, that's just how I was born, and I truly believe in that. There will always be something inside of me that wants to shine the light outside, like from my heart to the outside world. And whether that's music, I did pursue a music career, did not really work out. Now I'm doing content creation. That's another way of expressionism, right? And if at some point my heart is not in this anymore, it would start looking for other venues to express myself. Painting. I'm terrible at painting, but maybe that will be the thing. Photography. Currently it's videography, right? But videography, editing, maybe it's photography. You just never know. Maybe I'll start writing books. I forgot we had channel points again. Kakaroto. By the way, I started playing Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra a lot, like after editing. After I'm done finishing a video, I usually log into Gekishin Squadra for a game or two. It's so fun. It is really fun. It is over the top crazy, like it's even more crazy than Pokemon Unite. And there's some things that I hated about Pokemon Unite that are even worse in Dragon Ball, but it doesn't feel that way, or it doesn't feel as bad, because it's just Dragon Ball and the effects are just over the top crazy. Like, once you reach level 10 or 11, your Spirit Bomb is so big that almost nobody can escape it. It does not make sense. It's just over the top crazy, but it's just part of the fun. I don't think Gekishin Squadra sees itself as like a strategic or a serious MOBA. It's just for Dragon Ball fans to just go crazy and beat the shit out of each other. It is not balanced at all. It is just a crazy game. Like, one thing that I hated about Pokemon, for example, is the last hit on Zapdos or whatever legendary Pokemon, because you could be dominating for 9 minutes, and the second you get Zapdos, you basically can turn the tides and win the game. It's that easy. You just need to win Zapdos. You can play like shit the entire game, but once you get the last hit on Zapdos, you can turn your points in an instant. Like, the loading time will be removed because of Zapdos, and it's just you win the game. It feels so cheap. Winning feels cheap and losing feels so cheap. That's what I hated about Pokemon Unite, and that's why I ultimately also stopped playing it. Even though I reached Master, highest rank, one of the first few people to reach Masters in Pokemon Unite. With Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, it does not matter. There are some bosses that appear that will give you buffs, but it really does not matter. You can nuke Nappa, which is one of the bosses, from like 200 meters away and steal the boss that way, because the effects are just too big. Everything is just too big. The skills, the range is way too long, and the telegraphing of the effects is just way too big. But it doesn't matter because it's just a ton of fun. I don't think anyone takes Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra seriously. Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. I told you I'm still a gamer. I just don't live stream it anymore, unfortunately, because we have one live stream per week, and we usually spend that live stream to catch up and like talk for 2 to 3 hours, depending on where our ADHD is leading us or guiding us, and then the stream is over. And I'm like, damn, I would have loved to play something. Like, I bought B at Peak, and we played Peak for 3 hours, and that's it. I haven't touched the game ever since. It's still sitting on my Steam page, Steam library, with the same 3 hours that we had on stream. This is, I guess, the reality of a 30+ gamer. You just buy stuff, and you just never play it. You look at discounts. Currently, I think they have autumn discounts, right? Or Halloween discounts. Something like some discount is happening on Steam. And I'll probably cop another game, which I'll never play. It's just the reality of our life, I guess. Just buying games, never playing them. I still haven't finished Baldur's Gate. I haven't started Elden Ring. I bought Elden. Why did I buy Elden Ring? Like I wish I could just go back and just save the money. It's not like I spent a ton. It was like $45. That was the whole issue I had with G2A, right? The whole fiasco I had with them. But I wish I could go back in time and just not buy it, because I haven't touched the game, literally. It's just collecting dust in my Steam library, on my other account, because I bought an account which I didn't know. That is why I had this dispute with GTA. Instead of buying the game, I bought an account. It said account, but it said it in like a very like small letters, and they do it on purpose. I did not see it. I thought I made a fantastic deal until I noticed I did not buy a key. So yeah, trust me, I will try and get back to gaming. I don't know if it will be full playthroughs though. If it's gonna be full playthroughs, it's probably gonna be something like an indie game, something smaller that you can finish in like a day or two. But currently, for example, Ghost of Yota, everyone's playing Ghost of Yota. You know how much I love Ghost of Tsushima, and how much I love like Japanese stuff in general, and especially feudal Japan, samurai stuff, ninja stuff. But it isn't like 40-hour plus game, right? At the very least, if you want to 100% it. On my first playthrough on like Ghost of Tsushima, I 100%ed it because I couldn't stop playing. It was so good. If you 100% it, will probably be close to 80 hours. If I do minimal amount of editing and upload like raw 1-hour episodes, that would be 80 episodes already. If I do lots of editing, say I play for 5 hours and I edit it down to a 1-hour video or like a 10-minute, 20-minute video, that will probably take me a week or two to edit, depending on the SFX or VFX that I add. So that is what I'm currently struggling with the gaming content. It's not like I cannot play that much. I could, for example, instead of doing one more reaction, I could just do one gaming video, right? It's just that it takes longer. I can finish a reaction within 2 days, depending on how much I add to the reaction, right? Sometimes I literally just react, but other times I yap so much that I need to add a little bit of video material or images, because I sometimes pause the video for like a minute or 30 seconds. And that is not a good thing if you're mostly concerned about what I have to say about the video directly. Then a 1 minute excursion, basically, that might be a little bit too much. So I try to spice it up by adding a little bit of video material when I talk about other things unrelated to the video, and that obviously takes longer. Why did I start talking about videos again? We're not here to discuss stuff like this. All I'm trying to say is that I'm still playing games. Not as much as I used to, right? Because I used to hyper focus on games and I would just like absorb all the lore, right? If I'm interested in a game, I'm interested about every part of the game, every detail, the background, what happened before, the prequels, what happened after, right? With World of Warcraft had such an impact on me, for example, that I still keep up with the story. I don't play the game, I haven't touched the game in many years. But since I was interested in just Warcraft lore, what happened to Arthur's, I have not played through the Shadowlands expansion. I still kept up with Arthur's story because I think he's a very tragic character in the World of Warcraft universe. For everyone who doesn't know who Arthur is, he's basically Anakin Skywalker. He tries to save his beloved by basically doing a pact with the devil, so to speak. Not just so to speak, it's literally like demons. He's making a pact with demons, and he's losing his soul while doing so. Like he's basically becoming the thing that he tries to protect his loved ones from. So very tragic, very typical, I would say, villain story, very tragic. In order to protect the ones he loves, he becomes the one that he wanted to protect his loved ones from. So in Shadowlands, I think he gets like a redemption arc, and once again, even though I haven't touched the game in so many years, I still kept on with the story. That is just the type of gamer I am and used to be. The difference is that I don't have that much time to like invest in games that much anymore. Woo! Another subscriber. Thank you so much. I don't know if the people are watching this. Hopefully they are. But if you're watching, thank you. Appreciate it. And welcome to the Jinyo Force. Someone asked me why I did not call it the Jinyo Force. Would make a lot of sense, right? Because the name is Jinyo. It's a wordplay of the Jinyo Force. Why not just call it Jinyo Force? It's because Jinyu, I think, translates to being happy or something like that, or being friendly. I forgot the meaning, but I think if you have a U instead of an O, like a Jinyo instead of Jinyu, then it means happiness on some thing. That is why I chose the Jinyo Force for our community, the name, and not Jinyo Force. I'm not naming it after me. I'm naming it after a happy community. Hopefully, hope you're happy, and if not, you'll be happy soon enough. Don't worry about it. Life is a cycle, always moves on and comes back to the point where it started. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. Do not worry about anything. Life's too short. You could be dead tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, or maybe next month, maybe next year. Maybe we'll just nuke each other next year. Who knows? Maybe we're gonna get hit by one of those solar flare thingies, the solar storms, and then all of our electronics die, or they malfunction and we nuke ourselves automatically. I don't know. There's also like one thing that I read about, which is fucking insane. It is, I forgot the name of it. I think there's like a way that when a star explodes, or implodes, it can send out like a super ionized laser type thingy. I forgot the name of it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not very good when it comes to physics and whatnot, but it's essentially like a hyper beam, right? It is filled with so much energy that it just will go through anything. And there's a potential, like there's a chance that we might get hit by one of those, because there's so many stars in our galaxy, right? Eventually some of them can implode or explode or whatever, and then create one of these super high energy type of ionized laser thingies, and it can just pierce through our planet and destroy our core, basically. It's just so much death outside of this thing that we call universe, which nobody understands really. I think the older I get, the longer I feel like we actually live in a Matrix type of situation, like a simulation. Maybe we're just like a school project from a kid in 4th grade or something like that. You know what I mean? We just like it reminds me a little bit of the Rick and Morty episode. I don't know if you still watch Rick and Morty. Kind of like it fell off really hard, right? Because I mean, rightfully so. One of their creators was I think accused or sentenced for SA. I think that is when it got its first major dip. But there was in season 4 or season 3, there was an episode where the battery of the car that Rick rides dies, and then Morty goes, let's just replace the battery, right? And he was like, no, it doesn't work like that. We have to get inside the battery. And he was like, what do you mean? And then they go inside, and his battery is basically a microverse that he created. Like a tiny verse. He basically created an entire universe, an entire civilization, which creates energy to basically run his battery in the car. That's it. That's the entire purpose. And in that episode, the battery dies because they found a way to generate their own electricity by creating their own like tinyverse or microverse, right? And then they go into that microverse. So maybe like our universe is also just there to, I don't know, give power to a PC or something like that. The older I get, the more loop-ish life gets, the more I see history repeating itself, the more I feel like this is like it makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Also the fact that I think they found out that our universe or our galaxy is in a void. Like there's no other stuff around us. And now they are wondering whether we are in a black hole, or if we just happen to be in a spot in the entire universe where nothing else is around us. It does not get in my brain. Like, I don't, like, what do you mean we might be in a black hole? Like, I thought the black hole is this dense place that just shreds everything. It kills space and time. It is so dense. The gravity is so high, basically, that it even distorts time. How can we then live inside of it? Or are we on the other side of a black hole? Like, I don't understand. Every single time the James Webb telescope is discovering new shit, my brain doesn't process it. Like, it goes in, like, from one ear in and the other ear out. Just, I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean we live in a black hole? It's also funny that the articles always start with, this new discovery might, like, change the way we think about physics. Well, great. I think we're living in a simulation. That's bottom line, my thought. I think we're getting closer and closer to figuring out that our existence is just, I don't know, it's just, maybe we're just a CPU from a kid that plays Fortnite or something like that. We don't know. We just don't know. We'll never figure it out. Alrighty. I think we're gonna end the stream today. Not today, for now. And I'll start another stream later this evening. I haven't had coffee yet. It's 2:30 in Germany, PM. And I haven't had coffee yet. I need coffee to start my day. I'm addicted. What can I say? I need to... My day has not really started yet. But I want to have this very special moment captured live on stream, and now we did. I've been multi-streaming, so this is available for YouTube, on YouTube forever, for everyone to see. I once again want to thank everyone for being a part of this, and if this is gonna be our greatest milestone ever, so be it. It doesn't matter. Everyone was still here to witness it, right? Or maybe you might witness it later in a VOD. It does not matter really. Like I'm trying to steer the ship as well as I can, and I hope everyone on board is enjoying the time. And if you jump off board, that is fine as well, right? And I'm gonna sail and steer this ship as long as I can possibly can. And maybe we get to upgrade this to a cruise ship. Or maybe it'll just stay a rubber boat forever. Who knows? Who knows? I'm thankful and I'm grateful for every minute, every subscriber, every passenger on the boat that you share together with me. And yeah, thank you. I'm not very great with like having these speeches. I probably noticed. I did not prepare anything. I'm just speaking from my heart, and I really appreciate it. That's it. I really appreciate you, everyone who's watching, everyone who's subscribing, every minute you spend, every comment you leave. Once I had my coffee, I'm gonna go back and to replying to comments, because I really enjoy that. I really enjoy having conversations, not only live on stream but also offline. I love that the Newer Summer community, for example, they added so much thought-provoking comments. Like I spent the last week just thinking about life and what life could be, what it means to be human, what AI might or might develop into. Maybe it will become our greatest invention, maybe it will become our worst one, right? You just never know. I think we live in a day and age where the predictability of the future is as bad as it's ever been. Like, maybe like 20 years ago, it was easier to make predictions for the next 10 years or 5 years or 20 years even, right? But I think we're in a very predicament moment in human history where we just don't know what will happen like next year, right? Or 2 years from now. I feel like maybe it's just a personal feeling. Maybe you'll feel differently about it. Maybe you say that because of all the technological advancements that we currently have, life became so much more predictable than it used to. But for me, someone like me, I really don't know where everything is going. Like, will we still have doctors, like human doctors, 10 years from now? Will it all be robot surgeons? What is going on? Like, all the jobs that involve driving, for example, right? Taxi, like cabs, already are autonomous. They're autonomous cabs. What about the trucks the truck drivers who bring the food to certain countries, right? Or like the vegetables or whatever. It's weird making predictions for certain fields, job fields, right? Like all the analysts. AI is so much better than in analyzing things. Like if we go to the bank and you want to get a loan for something, for a house or something like that, right? All the banker is doing, he's crunching numbers and is basically adjusting a plan to your income, right? An AI can do that in like 2 seconds. You give it all the information, it'll be like boom, 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 boom. This is the best rate our bank can offer you. Like at some point, I feel like there is literally no need for like just human jobs. if you think about it, AI eventually will become better in everything that we do, including content creation, which is something that I thought was super safe. Because I thought I'm basically like, I was just a couple of years ago, I was like Will Smith in iRobot, where he goes, well, can a robot create a canvas or create a symphony or whatever he says? And then the robot goes, well, can you? One of the greatest moments in iRobot, by the way. Not just one, I think that is the greatest moment in iRobot. And for the longest, I thought that creativity is something that AI will never be able to replicate, because I thought creativity just comes from the soul, the passion, and it cannot be put into numbers, right? It is the love that made me write my greatest song, for example, right? The love that I felt. But if you think about it, all our poems, all our lyrics are basically following certain structures, and these structures can be put into code, and this code can be replicated. It's easy. It's super easy to write a song, or let an AI write a song. Same with music. Music can be super passionate, right? Like you can come up with a string or whatever. Like if you're a band, you come together, maybe you're on drugs even, right? And you come up with this craziest sound, but that sound also follows certain rules, right? Because harmony, like something that sounds well to our ears for a certain reason, and that reason can also be put into code again, right? It can be it can be turned into a formula. That formula can be put into code. That code can be replicated. Like maybe it's a little bit of human arrogance that I thought that the things like drawing, singing, content creation, videography is something that just cannot be replicated by a set script, bunch of numbers, right? But it can be. I don't know why I started talking about this. This is just, I would say, the identity of myself and my channel, and also, to an extension, our community. It's just, this is how most streams go. Welcome to my stream. To all the 1004 subscribers and the people watching on Twitch, the people who are new to the channel, this is exactly what happens during our streams. We start talking about cats and we end up talking about the meaning of life. It is a superpower having ADHD for live streams, I would say. But it's also a curse because people get lost. Like they don't understand, like what are we talking about here? Like I thought we were celebrating 1,000 subscribers. Why did you start talking about AI? It can confuse people, like people who are not used to it. Same with playing games. Oh my god. If you go through my older, like Expedition 33 streams, for example, you will see that Oh, someone is calling. Okay, I think I have to wrap this up. All I want to say is that when you see my older gameplay streams, you will see that there will be sections for 10 or 20 minutes where I start talking about something that is completely unrelated to the game. And because I'm bad at multitasking, I will stop playing the game. So I'll start the game, I'll pause for 10 minutes to talk about something completely unrelated to the game, and then I'll continue. Alright, I need to wrap this up. Someone is calling, and I need to take this call. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. And we'll see each other later tonight, okay? Later today I'll stream again. I'm at a loss of words. I'm not very good at this. Okay, see you again later. Okay, bye-bye. See you on Twitch. I'll probably be on Twitch because we'll maybe react or play games. Okay, so for the YouTube people who watch this later on, don't wait on YouTube, okay? Just hop on over on Twitch if you want to watch me live. We'll do more multi-streaming stuff in the future. Don't worry about it. Alright, take care. Bye-bye. Bye, Croakley. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.